Hello and welcome to yet another Path of Exile Beta patch video. This time around we're going to have a look at patch 0.9.2b, C, D and E. Yes, there were a couple of smaller patches that came out and they actually did quite a bit. So, starting with B, a couple of new features, bug fixes and other things. Added the ability to ignore a character. You can type /ignore and the character's name to do that. I don't really think I need to explain what that means. You can also unignore with /unignore. Pretty self-explanatory there. Then, fixed a bug where experience was being calculated incorrectly. Fixed the volume of many ambient sounds that were too loud. Funny enough, I think you can actually realize that in my latest video, and this patch came out just after I recorded that. My latest gameplay video, that is. So, removed the mudflats ambient sounds from all the maelstrom of chaos areas. Then updated the description of explosive arrow to describe that the area of effect of the explosion is proportional to the number of fuse charges. I actually didn't know that myself, and that is obviously a good thing to have on there. Fixed the way that the length of curses are described to be clearer. I didn't really have a problem with that myself, but I haven't really tried many of them out, so we'll have to see. Improved the portal graphics slightly. I didn't realize anything wrong with them. I was so awestruck by it when I saw it for the first time that, hey, what can I say? Nothing else really mattered. And then the last, and probably the best in this list of changes, they have finally added a new mouse cursor. It's absolutely amazing, it's stunning, it looks good, it fits with the style of the game, and you can see it on your screens right now. I think it's a job well done, and in my opinion it really makes the game feel a lot better. It makes it feel more solid. I mean, having a Windows-style mouse pointer in a game with as pretty a UI as Path of Exile, it just doesn't work. So, that is obviously my favorite change, but let's have a look at patch 0.9.2c. In this version, changing areas in game should now be substantially faster. Hey, not gonna complain about that. When a player enters an area, they are now placed in the game world much later in the load, for their safety. And then, added a 5-second grace period of invulnerability when entering an area. This is cancelled if you perform any action. So I'm gonna come out and say it right now, these are PvP changes right here. I'm gonna assume we're gonna see some more PvP related stuff in the not too distant future. Pretty keen for that. Next, fixed the experience calculation again. Fixed a bug where buffs that were already on a player when entering an area were not displayed. Then, fixed the disconnect on lag code so that it won't disconnect people who take too long to load. It should now disconnect you no more than 7 seconds after your connection has dropped. I suppose that's a pretty solid change, especially for people like me. So, fixed a bug where the critical weakness curse would prevent critical strikes from doing damage, and lastly, made the new cursor larger. The one that you've been looking at is in fact the already larger one. I can't really say it was bad when it was small, it actually looked pretty much the same to me, but still, it's looking good, that's all that matters. That's it for C, on to D. Loading the title screen should be substantially faster. This may improve the out-of-memory errors. Curse durations have been increased by 2 seconds at all levels. Great news for me, I'm loving temporal chains. The icon of the player on the minimap while alone is now the correct color. Reduced graphical lag related to Merveil's fireballs. Improved the ambient sounds in most areas of the game, fixing the relative volumes in the process. Ambient sounds in the merciless difficulty are now set to the correct areas. Fixed a crash that occurred sometimes when inviting a player to your party through chat. And lastly, increased timeout times for various events so players are less likely to get disconnected when changing areas. Now E, the smallest of the lot, fixed a crash that would occur if no sound card was found, added a no sound option for the client to turn all sound off, fixed more bugs with inviting people to a party by right-clicking on them in chat, fixed a rare crash relating to the user interface scroll bars, fixed minor quest typos, and last up, they reduced the drop rate of the Mirror of Kalandra. So we did see the same changes more than once here. They were obviously just tweaking a few things to get them right, but it's still good to see as many patches as these coming out. That just means that the Grinding Gear Games guys are taking all the good input that they're getting from their forums and actually putting it to good use. And there's nothing wrong with that. So I just made this to quickly highlight everything that happened, because a lot of people were asking me for these. A lot of people asked that I just keep them up to date with the patches while they aren't in the beta yet. Obviously when you jump into the beta you'll see these patch notes on your launcher every time you start the game up, but if you're not in the beta you might not see that every day, you don't have access to the beta forums, so it's a bit harder to stay in the loop. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Check back here soon for more Path of Exile goodness. Remember, you can visit pathofexile.com to try opt-in for the beta, and check the forums out there for like-minded individuals, giveaways, and all that other stuff. Most importantly though, happy new mouse cursor.